There are always new trends, new potential clients. We are in an ecosystem with a startup that moves quickly, and we get confused with the notion that staying connected 24/7 is what being in control of this race car looks like, and it's not in reality. Niccolò Bernardi here, psychologist, coach, formerly neuroscientist, today involved in supporting founders, startup founders in particular, with their emotion journeys and their dopamine levels, as we are going to discover today. The smartphone addiction refers to using our smartphone too much in a way that is compulsive and it continues despite having a negative impact on your life. Founders are particularly exposed to some of the nastiest risk. And I see really two reasons for that. One is that our phones end up being used as emotion regulation devices. But instead of helping, they make things worse. As a founder, you are under immense pressure. Like you have everything on the line. The risk of failure is very real. There is huge uncertainty and you need to juggle all the roles. And we know that this causes all sorts of psychological strain, anxiety, depression. You from Startup Snapshot have documented this beautifully. And your phone, unfortunately, can offer some kind of temporary band-aid to all of that pain in the form of distraction. And it's a zero friction form of distraction. And distraction, we know that is an effective short-term coping mechanism. Distraction is actually sometimes used even in serious form of emotion regulation work to basically help the person get some temporary relief, get some of the edge off the intensity of the emotion so that then there is the ability to continue and do more deeper work, right? If the only thing you're doing is distracting, you're not addressing the real emotional problem and you're also not doing any problem solving. So as soon as you stop the distraction within minutes, you're back to feeling the same way. And also the other problem is that your phone is not like a squeezy ball. Like when I mean distraction, I mean like things like taking a walk, squeezing a squeezy ball. Like these are very limited activities that you do just for a few minutes, you feel a little bit better, and now you move on. But your phone is not designed to be like that. It's actually been engineered to hook you and to keep you using it as long as you possibly can. So it distracts you, but it does it in a way that makes your emotional state worse because now you have used a whole lot of time, and plus in using it, it has stirred all sorts of additional emotions, fear of missing out, anxiety, comparison, you know what I'm talking about. So instead of really taking yourself, you are scrolling social media, feeling worse, and you're basically doing this because somebody else is making a lot of money from you doing that. Startup founders need to be really concerned about their drive. Drive is, in my view, one of the single most important resource, your sense of motivation, your sense that you are willing to do the extra push because you believe in your idea so much that no amount of failure, no amount of hurdle, obstacle is going to be a match to your creativity, commitment, passion, resourcefulness. You know what I mean? That is what I mean by drive. And here's the thing. Drive is based on dopamine. Dopamine is the molecule in the brain that creates the experience of wanting, of being eager to get somewhere or feeling motivated to make things happen. So whatever it is that you want, which can be different, it's going to be different for all of us, but whatever it is, dopamine is the basic engine that makes you want that thing. And dopamine is a scarce resource. You only have so much of it, it depletes quickly, and it takes time to kind of replenish. And when you don't have enough dopamine in your system, your baseline is going too low, you're going to feel less motivated, less driven, less enthusiastic, less excited about doing things. So as an entrepreneur, you need all of it. You need every single little bit of it. You can't afford to squander it. And here's the horrifying thing. You know how is your smartphone creating an addiction loop for you? It's doing it by tapping into your dopamine system. Anytime that you go on your phone and check your email and check your messages and check the news and check the text and all of that is chipping away at your dopamine reserve, which means that you're going to be less able to put it in service of something else. This is even more radical, in my view, than time. We know that obviously these are big time wasters. But drive, motivation, this is even more radical, fundamental than time. The sense of urgency, this is something I personally relate so much. The feeling that you always have to be productive and that you should always make the most out of each moment. It's something that lots of entrepreneurs share. And your phone seems to be a perfect fit for that because it's always with you. I can always throw something new, interesting, seemingly useful at you, except that then it takes you in a whole different direction, as we already discussed. Then there is the fear of missing out, right? The fact that there are always new trends, new potential clients. We are in an ecosystem with a startup that moves quickly, and we get confused with the notion that staying connected 24/7 is what being in control of this race car looks like, and it's not in reality. Who are always on have this difficulty seeing the big picture. They get swamped in the minutiae, in the latest trends. They micromanage their attention, themselves and others, and they're easily swayed by what other people are doing. That's a classic. They also have a harder time thinking creatively because creativity, by definition, requires this kind of space, silence, where you can listen to the subtle currents of remotely connected ideas and you can see the connection. There is no way you're going to see that signal in the noise if you're drowning in noise and you're mistaking the noise for the signal. We are also having a hard time being emotionally intelligent. To be able to read your own emotion, first of all, you need to be dropped in your body. You need to be able to receive information from your chest, from your heart, from your lungs. And also you need to be able to read subtle cues from other people to be able to understand, or at least infer, what their emotions might be and what is that they're really trying to tell you. And all of this subtle, body-based, refined emotion information, it's out of the window in the moment you're constantly distracting yourself, checking a billion other things and not really being present with yourself and with the other person.